Imagine, it's Friday afternoon and it's been a really long day. In fact, it's been a really long week. You've been trying to balance kids at home and going back to work part-time because now we've reached level 3 point something. Finally, you pull into the driveway and you're already thinking about Friday night takeout and how good it's going to feel to go back to semi-normal. About putting your feet up in front of the TV with your favorite beverage. All of a sudden, two guys come out of nowhere with guns and they start banging on your car. What would you give to stop time? What would you give to go back 1 week, and what would you change in that week? My name is Kelly Arrowsmith from ACT Personal Safety, and on behalf of People's Post, I want to give you those tools to prevent situations like that. I want to give you tools that you can use if you find yourself in a situation like that. We'll be presenting a series on taking you through step by step on how to become your own personal safety expert. The first in the series is based around understanding bad guys. So what does a bad guy look like? I'll give you a few seconds to think about it, and I want to give you some context. A bad guy is not just about the guy with the knife or the gun. A bad guy is not just about the home invaders or the hijackers. The University of Cape Town did a study, and they found that 1 in 3 children in South Africa are sexually molested by the time they're 18. And that's across all colors and all social groups. No one is left out. So your answer to the question might be, a bad guy could be anyone. And you would be absolutely right. But we need to learn to recognize a bad guy so we can take appropriate steps to keep ourselves safe. When my granddaughter was about 5 years old, she said to me, "Granny, what does a bad guy look like?" And I was completely stumped. I didn't know what the answer was. So I gave her a pen and a piece of paper and I said, "Sweetie, draw me a bad guy." Lots of giggles and squiggles later, I said to her, "Wow, sweetie, what is that?" She went, "Granny, it's Voldemort from Harry Potter." And that's when I realized that bad guys is not about looks. It's about intent. And of course, Voldemort's intent was to kill Harry Potter. And we all knew that because of the excellent mask and the music. Unfortunately, we don't have the luxury of masks and music to tell us who the bad guy is. So what we need to do is we need to set very clear boundaries. So what's a boundary? A boundary is like a wall. A wall separates you from bad guys. Another example of a boundary might be a door where you can open the door and allow people in that you trust. So I start by dividing people into 3 categories. The first one is family. You still need really strong boundaries with family. The next category is friends. I'm not going to talk about family or friends in this video. I really want to focus on people that we don't know. So, in other words, strangers. And in this case, I use a distance boundary. It's very important to be very specific about the distance. Okay. Rule of thumb says if you are within 1 arm's length of a person, you are not safe. If he has bad intent, you have just about no chance of getting away. 2 arms lengths, much safer. Here we have John and Taryn demonstrating the difference between 1 arm's length, which affords John a very easy opportunity to grab Taryn, and 2 arms lengths. John's going to have to move his legs in order to reach Taryn, which gives her plenty of time to react in a safe manner. So once we understand the distance barrier or boundary, we need to learn to test for intent. So we've set our boundaries and we're saying about 2 arms lengths. And let me give you some examples. First example is I'm walking in a parking lot. I'm going towards my car. I notice somebody walking towards me and I get a funny feeling in my tummy. So I change direction. That's my test for intent. If he changes direction to match mine, he's a bad guy. He has bad intent. There's no other reason for him to do that in this instance. Another example might be somebody's walking towards me and I put my hand up. Can I help you? If that person continues to walk towards me, even though I've given him the stop, it's pretty much sure that he's got bad intent. So the third thing we need to do is we need to deliver clear messages. You need to make sure that the person understands that you are not okay with what they're doing and they need to stop, or you will take action. In our upcoming personal safety videos, we will be discussing some actions you can take, as well as pros and cons of various personal safety tools or weapons, and how to use them correctly. We will also be talking about how to teach your child about keeping themselves safe without making them fearful. On behalf of People's Post and ACT Personal Safety, thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you soon, and remember to trust your instincts.